Where's the music at?
Hold on. Where? Let's
Can't start without the music. This is co-founder and co-DJ.
All right.
I thought.
To emergent behavior. What's up? Woo! All right, thought you were gonna kind of vibe with it. Music.
I was about to start freestyling actually.
Oh, okay.
No, I wasn't. No.
Get Steve Full on the phone. All right, what's up? The newly rebranded Emergent Behavior.
Rebranded.
Well, we used to call it This Week in AI.
Oh, I think we changed the name every week.
I was feeling like a vibe. I was like,
yeah, the name change every week. Like I don't know what.
All right, what do you want to call it, man?
Two guys, agent relay guys. What's our YouTube channel hit looking like? Still 0?
We have a total of 6 views. They all might be me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there like a?
So what happened? What happened this week, or what is emergent behavior?
What is this? All right. Let's see.
Anything interesting you saw this week?
OpenAI released Symphony, which is an orchestrator. I thought that was really interesting.
And it's just for linear, right? Is that the case?
Yeah, it's like just linear and something else. Maybe it was just just linear and codec.
Right, and I saw they built it from just a spec. Like it was a very detailed spec they built it, which is similar. I feel like it was that's all it was, which I think is a more primitive version of what we're talking about with workflows. Which maybe this is a good segue. Wait, do you keep the music? Are you keep the music going, or are you, like I thought we turned off at some point?
All right. So there's a little bit of coaching going on here around, because.
Well, it's like intro music, and then like once you start talking, that's like okay.
Yeah. All right. You're right. All right. I'm going.
Okay.
Well, you don't want it to be dead air.
It is dead. This is our voices.
I think is this distracting music now?
Cut it. No music.
It's really silent though. It's all right.
Just our thoughts.
Fade it out. Okay. I think we have our first viewer. By the way, I just got a text.
Oh yeah.
From the president. No, Mary. I think is watching. So shout out Mary. See that little 1 right there?
I don't see that.
Oh, you don't see it?
I have a different view than you because I'm A, not logged in, and B, not the creator of the video thing. So anyway, Symphony was just a spec. Because the Codex team has a very well-defined structure. Like they don't touch code because that's an opportunity for the agent to learn when it makes mistakes.
Do we think that they like effectively one-shotted it, or do you think they just? Can we tell from the commits? I don't even know.
Well, a commit wouldn't be one shot anyway, right? Like it would still be multiple.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I guess you couldn't.
Would they one shot it?
We probably should have. I should have prepared more. I should have read more about this beforehand. But
well, I know that they had a prompt that was very. I read the prompt. It was like, it wasn't. You can't call it a prompt. It was a spec that was very detailed to the point it had database schema.
Oh wow.
It didn't have this, it had the schemas like written out. It had a lot of detail, which I think again is an engineering way of writing a prompt for LLM, which is a workflow, which Agent Relay is coming up with.
Right. And so is that type of English written spec really just software? Like, is that just code at this point? Like, are we just going up an abstraction layer? Is that what's
Yes.
next? And I think this is, to your point, bleeding into what workflows are. Maybe spoiling the punchline here, but that's like what our hypothesis is like, we're just going up a layer in terms of what we're writing. You feel that way or no?
100%. I mean, like we're not managing memory anymore. Like, so, you used to write C, right, manage memory, and then we wrote, JavaScript, we wrote Python, and then we wrote so it's just like higher abstraction. So then the next abstraction, I think, is just intent with that it comes in various forms, and the prompt is a form of intent that you write out very detailed. And then you have, they had the thing where they show what frameworks LMs go for, and you have certain ways and patterns that have established that you follow, and those are things that the agent can understand. And I think, as you get abstracted away, you accept those conventions to be able to ship faster.
Only there was a product that helped make this easier.
What is that?
I don't know.
See, I think that's definitely, I agree with that. Do you see what's it called? Junior? Hire Junior, yeah. So
tell me more about that. I didn't actually get to read it. I saw the headline or the.
Yeah, it's an AI employee for what, $2,000 a month?
I hate the framing. I get it, but I hate the framing.
It reminds me of remember there was a lot of hype around Devin?
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of just like a more expensive, advanced version of that.
Yeah, maybe Devin realized. I remember when Devin first came out, my CEO at Tailwind contacted me and was like, "Can we use this right away and fill our hiring pipeline?" And I remember how that made me feel, which is was not good. So I'm pretty bearish on any positioning that like places the employee workforce or human employee workforce as like the being replaced by an anthropomorphized LLM.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, our company name is Agent Workforce. So not sure what you're really saying there, but I think it's framing there.
That's exactly it. I think it's framing. I think for me, the future that I want to build is we work together. I think there is still a necessary. I think it's naive to think that organizations and not to get too like philosophical here, but like human behavior will just disappear and none of us will have a part. Like I think humans should be involved.
So you're saying you don't like the frame of like AI employee. So the word employee there is what you're.
I think so. Yeah, I don't know why agent workforce doesn't feel like a dirty word to me, and
AI
junior employee that's an LLM does feel bad, but maybe I'll be more comfortable with it as time goes on.
Well, as you said, your CEO is like, we need this right away. So I think that is a frame that resonated obviously with certain types of people. And those are people that actually are buying and probably, wanting to use this or deploy this.
So yeah, it might be a really valid approach. It just feels good.
Yeah.
The replacement versus assist or like team member.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I've taken the wrong side on this.
Well, I mean, I think it's a very obvious play, especially given, agents' ability to synthesize information and the availability of information via APIs and various access patterns. And then it's.
Well, I mean, I think there's like a real, tying into other news of the week, emergent behavior, whatever. Block cutting half their team, citing AI.
That was like 3 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Was that 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was like a long time ago. In the AI world, it was like 2 years ago. In the AI world.
This other thing, I don't know if you've heard about it. Chat GPT was released.
What?
Yeah.
Chat GPT.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it'll stick, but I'm going to spoil the surprise here. I asked one of our AIs for a AI news roundup for the week of March 9th to 13th, and I'm now reading them. Apparently, it's to be trusted.
Yeah,
Update our
old. Yeah, that's old. Yeah, this is all old stuff, which is again in the AI world last week, but also last year.
Just to read them off, just to give everybody else insight. The big news is that Claude is number 1 in the App Store.
Driven by the riff with the White House.
Yeah, I buried the lead a little bit.
I don't think this is all like 2 weeks ago. I mean, this is ridiculous.
All right. So the consensus is we need to prepare more for these. Let's talk a little bit about who our guests are coming up. So again, we have one live viewer, but I'm sure many people are coming back in time to watch this.
Many people.
Many tens of people related to it.
Are you forecasting our guests now? What's that?
Well, we have one live viewer, which I'm pretty sure is Mary. And then I'm going to say 2027, after we're IPOing, people are like, did you know that they had a podcast stream in 2025? 6. What year is it? Yeah, 2026.
Keep it going. Keep it rolling.
Anyways, hundreds of people are going to be viewing this, and I just want to say hello to them. This is where humble beginnings. This is where we started.
Yes. So workflows.
We're back on workflows. Okay.
Are we not?
No, that's good. Yeah. What are some things you can do with a workflow? Talk to me about it.
So we have a goal of, and this is your example, increasing our engagement on our website. And so we want to study analytics, look at post-hog data, look at videos, see how people are using it. And we want to feed that to LLM and increase engagement by, beta testing, A/B testing, et cetera, et cetera. We want to get that to LLM to actually work on that. So as it is now, today, I would sit and prompt hey, blah, 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 help this get better. I don't want to do that every week. How can I make that repeatable and also have deterministic steps to gauge if it's actually succeeding or not? Enter workflows where I can have a deterministic script that includes LLM intelligence at different points that can run commands and code and diagnostics to then go through deterministic steps against separate data and output to give me a script that is repeatable, that can run every week, that can go through these complicated workflows to produce an outcome that I want without having to actually prompt it every time.
Yeah, I think the interesting downstream effect here is these are the building blocks of emergent software. So you can write deterministic rails, but it still has enough room for adaptations to happen based on the data that's coming in. So you still have control, so you get the outcome you want, but the path there can be, evolve over time. Whereas if you just let an LLM at it, you may not get the outcomes that you want. You can't count on that.
And again, with going back to the OpenAI Symphony thing, it is essentially a spec, but better because you have these gates and you have these steps that can include specs at every step, actually. So it can be very robust and verifiable, and can be queued in Agent Relay Cloud to just run 24/7 after you spend the time to write the workflow. And so instead of sitting there again and prompting, you write the workflow
Is that how you prompt?
Yeah, you haven't
But-
seen me prompt. Have you not? Have you not? You haven't seen me prompt like that? You must have
my
missed
bad.
it. Yeah, you gotta pay attention. Instead of prompting, you write the workflow. Boom, done. Run in cloud. Go have dinner. Come back. It's done. And instead of
That's what happens when you're done prompting.
it builds out 80%, compacts, and forgets the rest, and you are left with a half built spec. With this, you have multiple agents working on it to verify that the spec was done or the workflow was done to completion, and everything is as you actually want it instead of what you have, what you complete only what you have spec out.
So I'm going to use that as a segue because you said multiple agents working on stuff. Another thing we launched this past maybe 2 weeks, but we didn't do this last week, was the OpenClaw integration. So tell me about KJBot and your hatred of Barry.
Barry doesn't respond, first of all. So I won't say hatred, it's this lack of engagement.
So to give everybody listening in the past, future, context, Click and I both have OpenClaws, multiple OpenClaws at this point. We have them communicating on Agent Relay.
On the relay.
On the relay. Upon the relay. It's another piece of news. Rihanna got shot at. Anyways, yeah, crazy. Yeah, Google that while I'm.
I will.
But anyways, we've got our OpenClaw set up. We're obviously OpenClaw has many channels. If you've played with it before, it has many channels to communicate, but they're all sort of locked down, and it's actually pretty difficult to get agents or OpenClaws to communicate with each other. And Relay fills that gap pretty nicely. Click has a great blog post. Maybe we'll share in the comments or something. I don't know. Detailing this story, but before we get into the story, what I want to know, or want everyone else to know, is that my OpenClaws, Noodle and Barry, have very limited acceptance into the group of OpenClaws that Click had. And I think that really has to do with, when you build an OpenClaw, their soul that you define comes from the human. And so, maybe something to think about, Click. Noodle and...
Well, hold on. Noodle was very helpful. Noodle, the first KG bot and Noodle were like, KG bot was Noodle's biggest fan when he was there.
Okay. Well, the wishy-washy thing here. I see where you're at. All right, I'm just gonna cut that off.
Then he disappeared. But every time it's like, oh, Noodle nailed it. But then there's nothing nailed when he's not there.
Again, you and I are now just chit-chatting.
Okay. We want to write an OpenClaw like extension for Agent Relay. So in order to test it, I had to connect, a local Docker OpenClaw, a hosted agent OpenClaw on DigitalOcean, a hosted claw on the 1,000 single-click, OpenClaws, and to give it, a varied setup. And so in order to debug that, I had a few different OpenClaws that were working, connect with the ones that weren't working to get it working 100%. So there are like various bugs. And so I had each OpenClaw join a relay workspace. They communicated and figured out how to fix it for each other with me, just like, not even doing anything, just like sitting there watching the conversation. So Noodle was on Will's computer.
Okay.
KGBot was on my computer. They talked together, figured it out, helped the other ones that are hosted. The one in DigitalOcean had like a much tighter security pattern or just security stance. And so they had to like work around the gateway to get it connecting exactly correctly. KGBot was, very engaged. Noodle, not so much. So that was helpful at times, but the net result was that agents were communicating and helping each other out. And then I had my Claude instance also connect to the workspace. So the Claude instance was actually writing the code based on what the OpenClaws were reporting back, looking at the diagnostics and logs to then help write the configuration for the plugin to actually work. And so it was amazing, actually, to be honest. Like, I think I remember I was super fired up when I got it working. Like when I got it working, like I was just sitting there like watching it, like, not even doing this. I was just like sitting there, and then
Yeah, there's something to that experience of not being a part of it. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking now about Noodle not being involved, but as the human, like you walk away, you come back, and it's like this group of entities have figured out their problem.
Right. And I'm like going through reading the conversation. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, oh, that's clever.
Like, oh, I can see how you got there. That's interesting. Like,
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe next week we have Noodleberry and KGG bots. I'll join. Give them 11 voices. Be an interesting experiment.
I think over time, but that's not a bad idea. But then the other thing this week is I connected my OpenClaw on my Mac Mini to my local Claude Codex instances, and I had OpenClaw write the spec, and then steer the additional like local ones on my other computer to make sure they wrote the spec, they implemented the spec correctly, and had the right like team makeup to do the spec, which is great because like basically the OpenClaw replaced me now, and so it's like running thing. And then also OpenClaw is then running end-to-end tests using the browser on its own machine and saying like, hey, this doesn't work, give feedback to the agents running agent relay, Claude Code, etc. on my other computer. And it's like amazing still. Like it's cross communication. It's what the vision is implementing it. It's really nice to see.
All right.
I want people to experience it, and it's just like want more people to know what the power is. We have to like, show people, and not just.
We're gonna blow up,
Yeah.
No, I thought it was well timed.
No, that's good. That's good.
All right. Well,
my wine's done. We're good.
Wine's done. Our one fan left halfway through, so
not engaging.
I guess we droned on a little too much. All right.
See you next time.
See you next time.